Hey everybody, welcome back to Going With The Ganongs. Now I know our last few videos have definitely been a little different. We weren't around for a lot of the summer, and that's just because we take the time to do the things we like and spend time with family, and we just weren't here to do a lot of new projects. However, when we did get back, I made a little video and then I didn't end up doing it. So this is a random midweek video that was filmed back earlier in August, and why not throw it out there now so you can see what it was like when we got back from our summer vacation and summer fun. But you can count on it. Coming out later this week is going to be a new video with some pretty good progress and some pretty exciting projects. So buckle up. There's some big good things coming. But for now, enjoy this little video. Alright everybody, It has been almost 2 days since I last touched base. It is extremely hot here right now. Our province is under pretty big fire ban and, forest fire watch warnings, all that kind of stuff. There's multiple fires in the province right now. Obviously, a little concerning when you live in the woods. That means I haven't been doing really much work around. Obviously, I want to be careful. I need to cut some wood out of the forest for firewood still. It is extremely dry right now. I think we're over 3 weeks with like pretty much zero rain. I'm not going to do that right now though, because it's just not a wise idea. Plus, it's like 35 degrees Celsius, feels like 40 something right now. So it would just be too hot to do for my liking right now. As you see behind me though, the woodshed, unfortunately, it's not full, so we really do need to keep working on filling this woodshed a little bit. Now the good news is, over in the woods, over this way, it was behind the cabin last year, a maple tree snapped and fell down, and I was able to buck that up and split some of it, and I did that earlier in the spring, and it was really wet. And I thought, you know what, I don't know if it's going to be good for inside, but with how hot and dry it's been, that stuff is going to be some good, hard maple for our fire this winter. I think our goal for this video is going to be to get this first side of the woodshed completely full. Alright, let's get to work. But we won't work too long before we go in the pool. This, if you burn wood inside, you'll know this maple is going to be really good wood. It's going to be some good hardwood for when we need it most. There's also a good amount of little stuff in here for kindling. I actually have quite a big pile of kindling that I need to start going through, splitting, and just storing in bins and stuff like that. But that is one of our favorite things to do through the winter time. Come outside, the boys and I, and split some kindling. But it's also nice to get ahead of it so that you can come out and split, but don't have to because you've ran out. Let's get this load of maple over to the woodshed. Ooh, it's perfect for longer pieces of kindling though. We want.
I don't want to split. It's going to back up. It's going to be a little beep, beep. How? Make other wood. What? Alden. They don't.
So I know which one's the well, yeah, which is right there. Alright, so while we were away, the wood on this side, which was decently damp before we left, but it's been so dry, it's really dry now. It had been cut for years, so it's not green in any way, but it was just wet from being out in rain. But now this stuff is definitely dry enough to put over on this side. We'll see what dent we can do, and then right here beside me, this big stack of wood has been drying, sitting out. I'm working on splitting it, and we'll see if we can get this stuff split up and stacked. I think we can get this first side of the woodshed completely full, and then through the rest of August, September, and into October, I'm sure we'll work on getting the second side full, as much as we can at least, and hopefully that'll get us through a winter.
Why?
Because it's dry, so we want to bring it to the other side and put it where we'll take wood.
Airplanes are here. Let's go call people.
didn't work so well on that one. In case you're wondering, I do try to keep hardwood in bunches together, so if I do come across, right now it's mostly maple, some in the back is birch. I try to keep all the softwood off to one side and the hardwood all together. I might put some softwood on top of that hardwood once I kind of go through whatever I have. But like that, then once you're taking it down, you can kind of move things and shift things around so that you always have a mix of hardwood, softwood inside. The start of the year, when we start to burn, it might be September in the evenings or in the morning, October, it depends on what the fall is like. But when we do start burning, we don't really want hardwood, although we'll have some in there just in case, but we want small stuff. Once we get to the winter, we want a good mix of both at all times. So this just gives us the ability to be able to take and always have a good mix. Sometimes we want more of one or the other. There we have it. Just one little section here. Not a whole lot of wood to fill that up, and this side will be completely full. So we definitely have close to 2 full cord of wood in there. Alright everybody, if you can see behind me here, we had 2 lifts of tongue and groove 1x8 hemlock dropped off this morning, and this is big for us. If you've been following us since the start of this cabin build, 2 years ago, we officially moved down here for our first night in our trailer, and we hit the ground running trying to build this cabin to a state where we could survive our first winter. Now we have survived 2 full winters in it, and this is going to be our 3rd winter, but as you can tell, and as you know, there's a lot left to do in the cabin. So we've just been slowly working away. Obviously last spring we also took time to build our shed. We moved my workshop back there, and this year we worked on the extension, which is still incomplete. We've been doing a lot of stuff other than just the cabin. So I know some of you have probably been waiting a while for us to get back to doing anything significant on the cabin itself, and I promise it's coming. So this is actually tongue and groove. It should be enough to cover our inside and outside. Before we get to installing any of it though, we will have to do electrical in the cabin, something that we weren't even sure if we wanted to do at all. But now that we're at the point where we are about to put these walls on, it is definitely going to be worth our while to take the time to put in that electrical. It is definitely going to be worth our while to put it in there before putting these walls up, rather than decide later that we want it. Alright, well, we're going to take a break from our firewood though, and because the truck was just a bed that tipped, that's where he could drop it, so we need to move it more behind me so it's not right in the middle of where we walk and work. It'll also give us a chance to get a good look at some of the wood. Let's get to it.
Oh! Yeah, is it heavy?
No, it's not too bad. Oh yeah. Good job. I don't want anybody. Yeah, that I can move it after.
Okay.
Here yet either, look at just a second.
Go.
Thank you. There you go. It has, you can see it now probably, it has this cove. This is kind of the outside. That's what I plan to do on the outside of the cabin, give a little bit of a textured look to it. It is also rough here, and then there's this channel. The other side though is just planed, and that's what we're going to do on the inside. just as much, but on top of.
It's leaving.
Alright.
Let's start working on the other path. Okay.
Pick that one up for me.
I want to do that.
There we go. Woo, woo. Look at that wood. Alright, so we got the first lift that was falling off the top. Over here, I realized once we moved all those ones are 8 foot, and this bigger lift behind me is actually 10 foot lengths. So we're going to not stack them on top of each other just to make sure that we can choose the 8 foot and 10 foots whenever we need them, because, you know, depending on where you are, what kind of size board you need, we'll need to take from both, so we don't want to lock all the 8s underneath the 10s or anything like that. Yeah, we just need to kind of choose. The other ones. On this one?
Yeah. We'll help, okay? We'll help.
We're gonna do it together? Okay.
Yeah.
All the way to the other side. Oh, we'll go in this.
It will be.
Yeah. You ready?
Look, it could. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't want to help. Huh? It didn't happen usually though.
No. Take them over.
Take them over.
Figure it out.
Yeah. Now.
Oh, we're gonna place this one down right there.
Why?
Last 2 boards. And there we have it, everybody. The bigger lift, the 10 foots, that is the bulk of the wood for sure, or at least I'd say 3/4 of it, is now moved off to the side, and we have our 8 foot, 10 foot stacks, and we can choose from them as we need. We're definitely looking forward to getting this stuff started both inside and outside, but we have a little bit of stuff to do before that, some electrical, a little bit of insulation in the extension, and then from there on we're doing the whole inside and hopefully the exterior as well. Alright everybody, as you can tell, cabin is behind me and we are walking into the woods to start cleaning up some of the wood in here that we can take out and put in the woodshed. So here we are, cabin's over that way, and I don't know if I've ever shown it on this channel. There's my little skateboard gap. I have another YouTube channel for that if you haven't checked it out, Revere Adventures. I haven't done a whole lot yet on it, but it's definitely a work in progress. There's going to be a full-on skate park in the woods at one point in here. And to make that in there in the woods, I had to cut out some trees. So here we go. We have a huge pile of stuff that's been cut for well over a year. Some of it started in winter, not of last year, but the year before. So it's been cut and laying in here, and it's been so dry this summer in here, although we did get rain yesterday. It's been so dry in here this summer that this stuff is dried out good. So we need to lug it all to the woodshed and we'll get it cut up. Or you can just carry them, it's just up to you. We also have a little bit a maple in there. This thing is super heavy. It's probably a little wet, so it might go on the other side to dry a little longer. But a little bit of maple in here, but most of it is really dry softwood.
Oh.
We'll take it over. Oh.
Probably. Be careful.
Alright friends, that's the whole stack of wood that was over there. By carrying it out, a few of them that were at the bottom are a little moist, a little heavier, but for the most part you can hear it when you pick these up and drop them. They are bone dry when they get cut up, put in the woodshed, and we're only mid-August now, so we still get pretty warm, dry weather into September, sometimes even into October. Hoping for more rain this year for sure right now, but this stuff will be more than good enough for this winter. Well friends, I officially have that pile fully split and stacked. A lot of it over on this side at the back. We just need to start filling this side. If anything that was like really dry is stacked over here, as you can tell behind me. As we hit cooler temperatures and better working weather, we are going to be doing some big things on the cabin, and we can't wait to share it with you. There we have it, everybody. That is the end of our return back to the cabin earlier this summer. So we've already made some exciting progress at the cabin, and I can't wait to share it with you later this week. And then we're gonna just keep going, just keep rolling this fall. So make sure you follow along, make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.